So hi, hello mabuhay, and welcome to this video where I will discussing the illustrated novels. By the way, I am Sir John Wilmer P. Sarmiento from the Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English 3B. So here is my learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to describe the illustrated novels. Second is to analyze elements of illustrated novels and to recognize the significance of the illustrated novels. So now let's go to the history of illustrated novels. So the history of illustration is vast, in the beginning with the ancient Egypt papyrus and to the 21st century computer generated image. So illustrated have been used in a variety of works, from religious text to poetry to narrative literature. In the 18th century, illustration gained prominence, particularly in France and England, where they began to accompany books and texts more frequently. By the 19th century, the illustration reached its peak in terms of both popularity and influence, by shaping not just literature but also art and culture. This evolution shows how illustration have continuously adapted from traditional method to from modern digital tools, continuing to play significant role in communication and storytelling. Now illustrated novels combine image and text, offering a rich narrative that can be analyzed through fields like arts, history, and culture. Illustration helps readers, especially children, to understand the story and to connect with the materials. In children's book, it's more colorful, and they are particularly important as they engage young readers and make the story more relatable. Here are the 15 elements of illustrated novels. First, we have panel. Next, we have frame. Third is we have gutter. Next is the fourth one is bleed. Fifth one is caption. Sixth is speech balloons. Seventh, external dialogue. 8, internal dialogue. 9, special effects lettering. 10, closure. 11, long shot. 12, extreme long. 13, close-up image. 14, extreme close-up. 15, emanta. And I will show you some examples of that. So now let's start with the panel. So here are the examples of panel. Panel is a distinct segment of the comic containing image and text. So now, can you count how many panels are in the examples? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now let's go to the second one, which is frame. Frame, this is the example of frame. So frame is lines and borders that contain in the panels. And on third one, we have the gutter, which is the space between frames panels. As you can see, on the panels, on my examples, it has space. So on the fourth one, we have bleed, which is an image that extended to end or beyond the edge of the page. So can you please check the examples? Yan. So now let's go to the fifth one, which is the caption. So in caption, it's more on the box containing a variety of text of elements, settings, or description. So I already encircled the text elements and the settings description. So that is the examples of caption. Now on the 6 is the speech balloons. We are already familiar what is speech balloons because for example, we are creating some comics or some digital storyline. We already add speech balloons to have their conversation. So speech balloons enclose dialogues that comes from a specific speaker's mouth and can vary in size and shapes and layout. So we add clouds, circles, oval, or some like of the examples. So that is the examples of speech balloon. So in the seventh one is we have the external dialogues. So dialogue between two or more characters. So external dialogue is more on dialogue between two or more characters. So here are the examples of the external dialogues. So here in the 8 elements, we have internal dialogues. So here are the examples of internal dialogues. Through enclosed by a balloon that has a series of dots. As you can see, we have 5 dots there that are dots or bubbles that leading to it. So that are examples of internal dialogue. So next to the internal dialogue, we have the 9 elements, which is the special effects lettering. So lettering that draws attention to text like box, bang, pow, crack. These examples are here are the examples. It is the onomatopoeia that showed some sound effects, because if you already read this, you can hear what is it, like bang, wham, pow, right? So now we go to the 10th one. So on the 10 elements, we have closure. The reader's completion of the meaning between panels. We have 3 panels there in the examples. First is the man is chasing by a tiger. Second, the man hangs on the roof, on the branches of a tree. And the third panels, the man hangs on the tree and the tiger passed through. So on the next element, which is the long shots. So Superman is an example of long shots because the image that shows, or the image that shows, or the object that shows is fully from top to bottom. So as you can see, you can see Superman top to bottom. For the 12 elements, which is the extreme long shots. This is the examples of extreme long shots. This image that shows, or the image or characters, is in real small scale. So as you can see, the two couple is in a small scale. And the next one is the 13 elements, which is the close-up image. So as you can see, the example is in a close-up form, which you can see the eyes of the characters or the shown in a large view. So that is an example of close-up image. So in the next elements, we have the 14 elements. We have extreme close-up. This image shows a very large view. So as you can see, Superman is in the large view. You can see the scratch from his face. So please check the examples, and that is the examples of extreme close-up. So let's go to the last one, which is the emanata, which is text or icons that represent what is going on the character's head, like these examples. So now that is the elements of illustrated novels. First, again, let's recap. First, we have the panel. Next, we have frame. Next, we have gutter. We have lead, caption, speech balloon, external dialogues, internal dialogues, special effects lettering, closure, long shot, extreme long, close up image, extreme close up, and lastly, emanata. So now we have the Persepolis, the 1970 by Marjane Satrapi, the author and illustrator. So this is an autobiographical coming of age stories because the novel offers a personal first-hand account of Satrapi's experience, giving it deeply humanizing touch. This personal connection helps readers to relate to the broader historical events on an emotional level. The historical and cultural insights of these books, the readers with a unique perspective on Iranian history and culture during the Iranian Revolution and its aftermath. Satrapi's stories is not just a personal, but it's also an opportunity to better understanding the political and societal change that shaped the 1980s in Iran. And this novel explored universal themes such as the identity, freedom, family, resilience, while it deeply rooted in Iranian culture and history. Its themes resonate with the readers from different backgrounds. And as coming of age, it helps readers to empathize with a young girl's struggles to find her identity and admit societal undergoing. So as coming of age, it helps readers to empathize with young girls' struggles to find their identity and a society undergoing significant changes. It also reminders of the impact of political upheaval on the individuals and families, humanizing the often distance of narrative of war and revolution. Now for the second example, we have the A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness and illustrated by Jim Kay. A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, illustrated by Jim Kay, is a deeply moving novel that blends a fantasy emotional with emotional realism, inspired by an idea of late Soviet dawn. And the characters here is the story of Connor, a young boy dealing with his mother's terminal illness. That the story of this it is already explored with griefs, loss, truth, and emotional complexity of dealing with loved ones with illness, and it is more on with emotional depth, a deeply moving story about coping with trauma and challenges of coming to terms of reality. Now let's go to the last examples, which is the Treasure Island. An 11 edition of Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson and illustrated by N.C. Wait. This is an iconic version that this edition is considered one of the most iconic version of the classical adventural novel. This illustrated by Waite was a dramatic and richly detailed painting are central to the editions of making it visually stunning and significantly contribution to the literary history. And with that kind of legacy, Waite illustrated are among the most famous in the history of literature by helping to define the visual identity of the novel. So, in this next slides, illustration in children's book help young readers to understand the story and context and make it easier for them to relate to the narrative. Pictures are especially helpful when children are learning to read, as they enhance their comprehension because colorful illustration are the key features in children's book because they serve as a major attraction to engage and interest for young children because as we all know, the lifespan of children's attentions are so little. So that's why illustrated novels are very important for them, especially in reading, because it enhance the children's reading comprehension. So this is all about my topic. It's all about illustrated novels. Hope you learned something. And once again, I am John Wilmer P. Sarmiento. And thank you for learning. I thank you for watching and hope you just learned something. Thank you so much and good day.